But I've been thinking about doing a mirror for a long time, and maybe that's why I'm so anxious. Maybe if I would have just done it the first time I ever thought of it, I wouldn't feel like, oh my god, this is such a difficult thing to do. I can see where I'm poking. You know, as long as I don't try to like go too fast, there's no reason that the needle won't go into my skin somewhere it's not supposed to, which is the number one reason why tattoo looks bad, is that a needle went where it wasn't supposed to. You lose control of the needle, it goes 1 micrometer north, and all of a sudden it doesn't look like a goose holding a knife anymore. It just looks like somebody messed up. I guess some of this I know I could do if I just really pulled my skin and craned my neck, but I'm taking this as an opportunity to practice because I'm gonna have a lot of work to do in the realm of mirror. This is technically the most challenging realm. If Mario Kart were stick and poking, or if anything in the world were also Mario Kart, you would notice that the mirror levels of each task, I mean, goodness gracious, it's not a perfect metaphor, but you know what I'm saying. See, I have to go really slow to make sure, and I do not know how this is gonna turn out. I mean, this is technically a type of tattooing, of scratching, that a lot of people don't know exists. And that's kind of the same with Mario Kart 2, because you have to beat the whole game really good to unlock mirror mode. Let's go ahead and agree that the only reason I'm doing this right now, that the only reason this is happening, no matter how this turns out, whatever happens with this tattoo, the only reason it even exists is because I've completely mastered stick and pokes. Is that true? No. But you know, as a child, as a 7-year-old unlocking mirror mode on Mario Kart, that also didn't necessarily mean that I was a master of Mario Kart. I didn't even know how to drift, and I was already unlocking mirror mode. You know how important I don't even know if you can actually, if that's possible, what I just said. But a lot of people didn't think anything is until the Big Bang happened, you know? This is actually, I'm gonna pretend that this is a better way to tattoo, is in the mirror. Because now I don't have to crane my neck at all. And I have a perfect excuse. I mean, what better excuse when somebody says, that's an ugly tattoo, than for me to be like, yeah, I did it in the mirror. They'd be like, oh, that makes sense. I mean, was any of it necessary in the mirror? No. I think I technically could have done this tattoo completely not in the mirror. But let me tell you, I couldn't do it while holding my neck straight. Oh, yes, I can. I can still see that angle too. Yeah, I actually didn't need the mirrors at all for this. This is completely, I'm realizing, this is basically a scam. I basically just scammed you and gave myself a reason to do a bad job on this tattoo. Oh, I knew I was a bad guy. You can tell. Of course, it's on the day that I shaved my face. If I didn't shave my face today, would I have even thought it was a good idea to pretend to tattoo myself in the mirror? I mean, look, I'm not pretending. You're gonna notice some of these dots are really off the mark. I mean, this is bad. This is low quality, but it's for the love of the game, you know? Like, there's gonna be times where I don't have a choice, where I'm gonna have to tattoo myself in a mirror exclusively and be straining. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to do yoga to be able to reach certain parts of my body, and I'm gonna have to do that in the mirror. So if you think I'm stupid for doing this right now, for training myself for the future of Ink Warfare in the mirror, I mean, what else, is there anything that you can think of? Comment below what else you could do in the mirror. If there's anything you might need to do in the mirror, like if you have to put makeup on the back of your neck, and you gotta like check it. You gotta do 2 mirrors. In fact, if you're using 2 mirrors, don't tell me about that technique, because that, even though I've got 3 here, if you do 2 mirrors, that reverses you back into the normal realm. Where if with my 3 mirrors, I'm more in mirrors than even God was allowing. But I'm also tattooing myself, and who knows what he says about that. I haven't read the Bible. If anybody is like, if you're like I've seen riflemen take shots, right? in a mirror, like behind us, like through a scope, through a mirror. That's pretty cool, right? That's like what this, that's like what this is. You could say it's like that. I'm like a sniper in a mirror, but for stick and pokes. Arguably. And then some people might even say, that's so cool that you are now a higher class person. You've now ranked up in humanity. You are now an elite. You are now an actual king. You now have a crown. Something like that. I'm not saying it has to be directly from my first round in the mirror realm, but I mean, I'm not saying this is the time for me to get my medal of honor, but talk about a giant leap for mankind. One small poke for Bram. One giant goose with a knife in its beak for God. Let's say for God. Everything. Just do everything for God and I think you're good. Scratcher rule number 1. Do it for God. Scratcher rule number 2, no rules. I've now completely, I think just in case anything I've said in this video doesn't make sense, I'm in the mirror right now. You have no idea how confusing that is for me. So anything in the mirror videos, let's just agree, does not apply to anything in any other video. Can we just say that? Just in case? Because this is really confusing. This should honestly be an exercise in solitude. And here we are. When I start getting floods of messages, like I always constantly am because of my fame, about how something I said in this video doesn't quite add up, well, it's the first mirror video, so there's nothing to add it to. So don't even start. Wait till episode 2 of Mirrors and you can compare those two. But until then, to all those masses of people who are about to see this and message about it, don't even see. Now this way, when I don't get any messages, I'm like, success. And that's how you win. That's called winning. I'm so glad. I just learned such a valuable lesson from the mirror realm. I don't even have to write that one down because it's on camera. I'm gonna remember that lesson. This is gonna be proof that shitty tattoos are better. This might end up being my shittiest tattoo. It really could. It honestly could completely, seriously, the worst one. And the one I'm the most proud of. Might be my favorite one. This might end up being my favorite tattoo. Sort of feel like finishing this one off in regularity because, see, already I'm starting to cramp up. I have a whole issue now just in this angle of holding my neck. It makes me want to go back to the mirror realm. There's an odd comfort and relaxation in this new world that I've discovered. I had no idea it was gonna feel so good. So I think we can just leave it at that.